Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss chapter number 3, Business Environment of Class 12 Business Studies. Now, in previous video, we had discussed the concept of business environment. So, let us just quickly recap that what we had discussed. So, business environment means the sum total of all individuals, institutions, and other forces that are outside the control of a business enterprise, but that may affect its performance, which are not in the control of the organizations. Now, let's discuss the importance of business environment. Now, environmental conditions must be forecasted before establishing goals or strategic plans. The process by which firms monitor their relevant environment to identify opportunities and threats affecting their business is called environment scanning, which we had discussed in the previous video also, that what is environment scanning. That means we need to be aware that what is happening around, what is happening outside the business organizations. So we need to be aware so that we can make our plannings, our goals accordingly. Now, the first importance of business environment is that it enables the firm to identify opportunities and getting first mover advantage. Now, my dear students, there are two important terms in this particular heading, that is identifying opportunities and first mover advantage. Now, what are the opportunities referred to here? Now, opportunities are the positive external trends and changes that will help to improve a firm's performance. Let's take an example. Now, earlier we used to have Maruti 800. At that time, there was a problem that people were not able to commute. So there were expensive cars, there were luxurious cars. So the middle class people were having this problem of commuting, that they cannot afford luxurious car and they want something to commute also. So at that time, Maruti company observed this particular situation, this problem of commuting, and they have launched Maruti 800, which was number one car at that time because it was affordable by the middle class people also. So here they have identified the opportunity. That means that no one has launched that particular car and they have got the first mover advantage in bringing the small car in the market. Next importance is that it helps the firm to identify threats and early warning signals for adverse conditions. Now, if we compare it, if we match it with the previous importance, that identifying opportunities, here the Maruti needs to keep on scanning the market, keep on scanning the environment. That suppose the Tata company bring Nano. So that was a warning signals for the Maruti that they have to, come up with the different features, they have to come up with different products so that they can meet the warning signals or they can match the warning signals and they can make changes in the business. So threats here refers to external environment trends and changes that will hinder the firm's performance. So threats refers to external environment trends and changes that will hinder the firm's performance. So we need to analyze. It provides a base of information about possible future conditions that can be used to the firm's advantage. For example, if an Indian firm finds that a MNC is entering in the Indian market with new substitutes, this should work as a warning signal for the Indian firm. On the basis of this information, the Indian firm can improve the quality of its products, reduce the cost of production, engage in aggressive advertisements, and so on. Let's take another example. The proposal of Tata Motors to bring out a small economy car by 2008 is a warning signal for Maruti Udyog to reduce its cost or to introduce economy models. Another importance of business environment is it helps in tapping useful resources. Now, children, if we keep on, scanning the environment, that what are the changes that are happening in the environment, what are the things, so we can easily tap the useful resources. Let's take an example. Suppose with an increase in demand for LCD monitors, so the firm started arranging raw material for LCD instead of CRT monitors. So that means that, we keep on scanning the environment, and we keep on tapping the useful resources. So these inputs are available from its environment, and the business in turn supplies goods and services to the customers. They can pay taxes to the government, they can give returns to the investors, etc. So it depends on the environment for its input. The enterprise thus should design policies that allows it to get the resources it needs so that it can convert them into output that the environment desires. Next is that it helps in coping with rapid changes. Now, the environmental factors such as market conditions, competition, etc. are changing very rapidly and, more importantly, at a very fast pace. So, in order to cope with these pace at which environment is changing, managers must understand that the environment and they can develop their suitable courses of action to meet those changing environment. For example, let's say a Google, which we all know that it is a very common, very most used search engine, is continuously improvising upon its management by adding some innovative features to remain ahead of changes made by other competing search engines. Then another importance of business environment is that it helps in assisting in planning and policy formulations. So we know that environment is a source of both opportunities and threats, as we had discussed it earlier. So its understanding is the basis of planning and policy formulations. For example, ITC planned, let's say, for a new hotels in India after knowing the increase in India's share of world tourism. Or another example we can take that there will be, now more hotels in Ayodhya because of Ram Mandir. So these are the things. So if we keep on, scanning the business environment, so we can make our policies and planning accordingly. Then the last importance of business environment is that it helps in improving performance. Enterprise, which monitors and adapts to changes happening in the environment, not only improve its present performance, but also they continue to succeed in the long run. For example, Hindustan Unilever, we all know it is a very, famous company for FMCG products. FMCG is fast moving consumer goods. So they launched small sachets of shampoos and other products according to the needs of the customers. Let's say that in rural areas where people cannot afford to buy, big shampoo bottles. So they have launched small sachets for the customers so they can use their product. So if we keep on scanning the business environment, it will help us in improving the performance. Now, these are few questions which you can go through and you can check that whether the topic is clear to you or not. Thank you so much.